Have you ever walked through Pottery Barn, fallen in love with a piece of decor, and then completely gasped at the price tag? Me too. But what if I told you that you could get that exact same high-end designer look using basic items from dollar store? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking the ultimate challenge, going from dollar store to designer with some incredible Pottery Barn dupes that will save you hundreds of dollars. Before we jump into the paint and wax, I want to give a quick shout out to today's collaborator, Let's Resin. They sent over an amazing beginner friendly kit that we are going to use for our second high-end project today, and I cannot wait to show you how easy it is to use. If you love budget friendly DIYs and high-end home decor hacks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And let's get crafting. We are kicking things off today with a DIY vase makeover. If you've been hanging out with me for a while, you might remember a few videos back where I tried to recreate a gorgeous dusty blue floral vase from Pottery Barn. It didn't quite turn out the way I envisioned, but redemption is here. While browsing Dollarama, I spotted this beautiful little glass vase that already had this stunning floral engraving and texture built right into it. I knew I had to give this dupe another try. I'm starting with some same beautiful soft blue paint I used last time, silk paint in the color Cape Current. What I love about this silk paint is that it's an all-in-one formula, meaning the primer, paint, and sealer are mixed right in. This makes it grip beautifully to glass. Even if your first coat looks a little streaky, don't worry, we're layering so it will all blend perfectly. I gave the vase one solid coat and let it dry to about 95%. You want it just slightly tacky. Once it hit that 95% mark, I took my Dixie Belle chalk paint in Magnolia, which is such a beautiful soft white. Using a clean brush, I dipped it in the white paint, dabbed most of the excess off onto a piece of paper, and began lightly brushing it over the blue. Because the blue paint wasn't 100% dry, the brush pulled and blended with the blue, creating the exact dusty weathered blue look that the original Pottery Barn piece has. I also made sure to paint about an inch down into the inside rim so no bare glass peeks through at the top. To finish it off, you have options. You can seal it with an easy spray wax to protect it, or if you feel like you applied too much white, you can take a damp paper towel while it's still wet and gently dab it to let more of that gorgeous blue show through. The possibilities are endless. I am so happy with how this turned out. It is the absolute perfect transitional piece for spring and summer. For our next piece, I'm stepping totally out of my comfort zone and trying a medium I have never worked with before, epoxy resin. I was honestly a little intimidated, but when Let's Resin reached out and asked if I wanted to try their coaster mold kit, I decided it was time to dive in. This kit is incredible for beginners because it literally comes with everything you need. Inside the box, you get the 16 ounces epoxy resin kit, multiple sizes of measuring cups, stirring sticks, gloves, glitter flakes, mica powder, and of course the coaster molds. The process is actually incredibly simple. It uses 1-to-1 ratio of resin A and resin B. Following the instructions, I measured out 20 milliliters of resin A and 20 milliliters of resin B. The trick here is to stir slowly in the same direction for a full 3 minutes. This step is crucial for preventing bubbles, especially if you want a crystal clear finish on your final piece. Once my 3 minutes of stirring were up, I let the mixture rest for 5 minutes. For my first coaster, I wanted a beautiful botanical look. Since I live in Canada and we definitely don't have fresh flowers blooming outside right now, I grabbed some fall flower stems from the dollar store and I plucked some flowers off. I poured my clear resin into the thick round mold. Because this mold is quite deep, it requires 2 separate pours. After pouring the first layer, I noticed a few tiny bubbles. A great hack for this is to take a heat gun and lightly pass it over the surface until the bubbles pop. Just be careful not to overheat it, or the resin will start to cure too fast. Once clear, I snipped the thick stems off my dollar store flowers and arranged 3 small blooms and some leaves right into the resin. I let this set for 24 hours, mixed up a second batch of resin, same way, poured the top layer and let it cure for another 24 hours. If you use brightly colored dried flowers, this would look absolutely stunning. For the second coaster, I used their wavy mold, which is much thinner. I wanted to experiment with mica powder. I mixed up clear resin, but this time I separated a small amount into a tiny cup and mixed in the color pigment. I poured the colored resin into the mold first, followed by the clear resin. Then I gently pulled the colored resin upward with a stick to create a gorgeous sweeping design. I let this rest for 24 hours and the final look is so elegant and artistic. And for my final test, I went out with the glitter flakes. I used the same 1-to-1 ratio, but this time I added the glitter right into the cup before my 3 minutes of mixing. I poured it into the mold, let it set for 24 hours, and the sparkle is just incredible. These were so fun to make, and once I popped them out of the molds, I instantly thought about what a perfect high-end gift these would make for Mother's Day. You could customize them for your mother or mother-in-law to match their home decor, or even embed photos of the grandkids inside. If you've been wanting to try resin, I highly recommend this kit. All the links to the resin will be in the description box, and I want to thank them again for sponsoring this part of the video. For our last project, we are recreating a stunning vintage-inspired candle holder centerpiece from Pottery Barn. It's the perfect accent piece for a sideboard or open shelving. I started with the little $3 planter set I found in Dollarama. We are only going to use the tray base for this project, so I set the little pots aside for future DIY. First, I took the tray outside and gave it a solid coat of metallic gold sprayed. Once that was completely dry, the magic really happens. I took some black antiquing wax and just started dabbing it all over the tray. There is no right or wrong way to do this. I just want to get it on there randomly. Next, I took a sponge brush and smoothed all the black wax out, making sure the fully covered the top, the inside edges, and the outside rim. Once the black wax was smoothed out, I went in with an antiquing gold wax and repeated the same dabbing technique right over the top of the black wax. You guys, the layering technique creates the most incredible, authentic hammered metal look. It instantly takes cheap plastic and makes it look like heavy vintage brass. In this case, it was the metal that it turned looking vintage brass, and I absolutely love giving ordinary pieces and an extraordinary finish. To finish the centerpiece, I let it dry and I needed some glass candle holders. I found these beautiful, slightly textured glasses at dollar store for just two for $1.50. I bought four of them and placed them right in onto our freshly aged tray. To finish the things safe, to keep things safe and cozy, I dropped in some battery operated votive candles. This entire project cost me maybe $7 or $8 to make, and it looks nearly identical to the high end Pottery Barn version. And there you have it. From a dusty blue floral vase to custom designer coasters and a vintage hammered metal centerpiece, we definitely proved that you do not need a massive budget to have a beautifully decorated home. I would love to know down in the comments which of these Pottery Barn dupes was your favorite today. Also, huge thank you again to Let's Resin for sponsoring a portion of today's video. If you want to try out that amazing beginner coaster kit for yourself, I have it linked right at the in the description box below, so definitely go check that out. If you enjoyed these dollar store designer transformations, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another high-end dupe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next DIY.